like I said, good morning, everyone, / afternoon, depending on where you are. Thank you for joining us today for our presentation for Guarantee Trust Life. My name is Chris Paulson, and if you don't know me yet, I am the newest regional sales director here at GoldenCare. We're really excited to show you all why recovery cash is a great option to help offset the costs associated with stays in healthcare facilities like nursing homes and assisted living facilities. Even helps pay for care in clients' own homes. So before we get started, if you have not been on our GoldenCare agent website, I would highly encourage you to check it out at goldencareagent.com. Our website is a great source of information and resources to really help agents be successful. And it's free to use, does not require usernames or passwords, so that's nice. There is information on GTL's recovery cash and all of our products as well there too. So, and if you want to call us, you can also do that at 1-800-842-7799, and we are always happy to help. And everyone who knows us here at GoldenCare knows just how much we love long-term care, but let's face it, selling long-term care has not gotten any easier with changes to underwriting, as well as the rising cost of care. So, but the need for care has never been greater, and GTL has some great short-term products to help take care of some of those needs. Today, I have the great pleasure of introducing Michael Gendy. Michael is the regional sales director at GTL and has over 14 years in the insurance industry, experience in the industry, I should say, and is extremely knowledgeable at both sales and closing of those sales. So in his free time, he enjoys staying fit and overall just loves life. So Michael is a great resource, and we value our relationship with him and GTL. And with that said, I'd like to introduce Michael Gendy.
Chris, thank you very much, and good morning or good afternoon, everybody. It's a great day to be alive, right? Anyways, we here at GTL have such respect for GoldenCare and how they run their business. So anybody that's associated with them, hey, you can add that to your list of blessings each day to be partnering with GoldenCare. So we're very proud and love the fact that they give such great service. Also, though, do know that I'm available, and at the end of this presentation, I'll give you my information, contact information, so you can reach out to me anytime if you need any assistance. So with that, let's just kind of jump right in and get started. So this is who we are. This is our building right here in Glenview, Illinois, which is about 30 minutes outside of Chicago, Illinois. We are founded in 1936 by Rick Olson I, and then Rick Olson II took over for many years, and now Rick Olson III has been president and CEO of the company, gosh, for the last 15 years, but been with the company for many, many years prior to that. And the last 15 years, we're all very proud to say, have been our best years ever. We have a top tier, A-, AM Best rating, zero debt, about $600 to $700 million in assets. And one of the things that I love about this company, been here for this is my 5th year, is how transparent it is. Like if you guys go to our website, gtlic.com, you will be able to click on financials and you'll be able to see basically our financials. You know, what company, unless they're publicly traded, shows that? And we are not a publicly traded company. We are a mutual company. So which means that technically we're owned by the policyholders. Let's see. We typically make 15 million plus, and I share that number with you, not bragging or anything, but I share it with you just so that you can understand how strong of a company we are financially. And one of the reasons why we are so strong, obviously because of you guys, and when I say guys, I mean guys and gals, but also it's because we pride ourselves in paying our claims very, very quickly. We pay our claims on average within 8 to 10 days. Industry average is over 15 days. We actually have a scoreboard, an electronic scoreboard that shows how quickly claims are getting paid. And if we get where we're falling over 10 days, then everybody has to start working overtime to get caught up. We want to get that money to your clients, which are also our clients, as fast as possible, because we find the easier it is for your clients to get the money that we owe them, the faster they get that money, the more money we as a company end up making, because you as an agent are like, man, GTL really cares about paying my clients. It's kind of that religious philosophy, which is, hey, the more you give in life, the more you end up getting in return. And it's the same thing in the insurance industry. Pay your claims quickly, get that money to them. Don't make them jump through hoops. Don't make a claim go away because you're not paying it. And when you take care of your clients, hey, agents notice that and they're like, we're going to back you, GTL, like you back us. All right, moving forward on this. I always like to, in my presentations, talk for about 3 minutes about goals, because we're all in this industry where we have to find a way to motivate and push ourselves every single day. And one of the best ways of doing that I have found and that research has shown is to have a goal program, an actual written down goal program. And everybody knows the importance of goals, but very few people actually take the effort to put together a goal program because they think, oh, I have to go away to, you know, a lake up north for a weekend and contemplate and think and meditate, and then I'll come up with goals. You know what? To come up with a goal program, you grab yourself a piece of paper and a pen, and before your head hits the pillow tonight, you spend 3 or 4 minutes and write down a list of 5 to 10 goals that you want to accomplish in the next month, 6 months, year, 5 years. There's your goal program, okay? That's as simple as it is, but let's quit putting it off. So I challenge you, anybody listening today, to, by the time your head hits the pillow tonight, have a written down goal program. And don't go, well, I'm just gonna have the goals up in my head. No, there's something magical that happens when your pen hits the paper and you put your goal in writing. So a goal needs to be in writing. It needs to be believable, because if we believe in something, we will be able to achieve it. It needs to be measurable. So we don't want to have a goal like, I want to have a good year for 2021. No, that's a start. But what would a good year look like? Oh, you know what? I want to make $50,000 more income, bottom line, for 2021. All right, now we have a measurable goal. And then we need to have a deadline. And I laugh about this one because I'm one of the biggest, okay? We need to have a deadline because we are all a bunch of what, okay? And I know you guys are saying procrastinators, right? And hey, if we have 100 people on this call today, there's 2 or 3 that will be able to hold their hands and say, hey, I am not a procrastinator. And I say, God bless you. You know, you are what the world needs to be. But the rest of us, 97%, we're procrastinators. So we need to put a goal in writing and have a deadline, because when you have a deadline on something, as you get closer to that deadline, you're looking at your goals every single day. All of a sudden you're going, I got to really start concentrating on that. Hey, you know what? I promised myself that I would make 10 phone calls a day or 2 phone calls a day, whatever your goal is. And it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I haven't made a single call. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to make those 10 calls unless I get going. That's why we have to have a deadline. And then the absolute very most important part of a goal program is what you see at the very bottom of the page right now. We need to do what, you guys? We need to commit to reading it every single day. So I wrote out my goals, typed them out, then I shrunk them down. So I have 1 copy in my wallet. I have another copy on the visor vanity mirror of all of my cars. I have it on my office wall here, and I have it on my mirror at home so that when I'm shaving and brushing my teeth every day, I'm seeing my goals. When you see your goals all the time, what happens is that your brain is working towards those goals, and it's creating a little bit of a conflict, so that if you're not paying attention, if you're not going towards those goals, you're going to feel this this tension inside. And it's a good tension, because then we're going to go, I need to concentrate on this. I needed to have this done by June 1st, and I got to get rolling on that. All right, so that's one challenge that I throw out to you guys today. And trust me, if you follow this for 30 days, you'll follow a goal program for the rest of your life. Here's one other little tip that I do. At the end of the day, before I go home, I grab a blank sheet of paper and I will write down my list of goals that I want to accomplish the very next day. Now, people have said, well, that's nothing but a to-do list. Exactly, it's a to-do list, but that's what a goal list is. A goal list is a to-do list, but I wanted to do this in the next 60 days, 90 days, next year. But my immediate goals, what I want to get done tomorrow, which when I get into the office the next day, first thing I do is I read that list and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm concentrating on, because we can get sidetracked. We know how easy we can get sidetracked. We got this silverware drawer that just needs to be straightened out today while we're working at home. Oh, I'll go do that for a little while. No, I got to get this goal list done that I made last night. And then as we get those goals done, we get to cross them off. And I'll tell you what, it's like a Yahoo moment when you get to cross off one of your goals and then add new ones. All right, so today, business side, we want to talk about our Recover Cash plan, which is, it's designed for short-term care for assisted living and nursing home. It's a very simple plan when you break it down to the basics, all right? It's designed to pay your clients when they go into an assisted living facility or they go into a nursing home, and it's short-term because they can sign up for up to 360 days. There's different levels that they can choose to sign up for. There's different dollar amounts that they can choose to sign up for. And there's a couple elimination periods, which means, hey, it will kick in paying them immediately on the first day or after X number of days, which we'll show you. And that basically is the whole plan there. So let's show how simple it is. Something that's a good statistic, the average stay in a short-term care facility is approximately 27 days. And if you read this paragraph here, basically what it says is it's very expensive. It costs a whole lot of money. It's way more financially friendly to get a short-term care Recover Cash program policy than it is to just wing it and cover it and be exposed to all that risk on your own. So Recover Cash was developed to help during those critical times when your client should focus on their well-being and not have to worry about exhausting their life savings. Something people don't always realize is there's a waiver of premium built into this plan, which is a huge benefit for your client. So after your client has satisfied the requirements under qualifying for benefits provision and have been receiving short-term care services as defined by the policy for 30 days, and without regard to the elimination period being satisfied. So once they've been receiving services for 30 days, we will waive the payment of any premium coming due thereafter until they are back out of the facility, then their premiums will go back into effect. And that's something important to tell the customer that, hey, you know what, this plan is so powerful that after you've been in the situation where you've needed nursing home or assisted facility living for 30 days, starting the 31st day, you are no longer going to be billed for your plan, and you do not have to make up the premiums that you were not billed for. It's a powerful sales tool to be able to bring up to your client. All right, let's talk about the highlights of this plan. So it pays the money directly to the client when they need it the most. It's an indemnification plan, so it is going to pay your client the dollar amount that they sign up for, no matter how much or how little the actual nursing home or assisted facility living center is costing your client. So it's an indemnity plan, so whatever dollar amount they sign up for, that's what we're going to pay them. And they can sign up for up to 360 days worth of coverage. There is a 10% spousal discount if both the husband and wife sign up. Optional short-term home health care rider, which gives them an option, and it's a rider, to recover at home with assistance. Now, this rider, since we came out with this, we've also came out with our short-term home health care plan. So I would recommend that you go with the Recover Cash plan, and then instead of adding the rider, use our short-term home health care rider plan, because that is almost a no-cost plan when you figure in the prescription drug plan that comes with it immediately and goes into effect the very first day. All right, there is a rider where they can use simple or compound increasing inflation protection rider, so that we will increase the benefit amount by 5% per year, either simple or compound. Sign up for the compound, it makes sense. 0-day elimination period, which allows the plan to begin immediately. They can choose that. That's a rider that's available. And this is a big one here. Benefits will restore once during the life of the policy, when for 6 consecutive months, you no longer need any coverage, care, or services. So it's got a restore factor built right into it. And these are all things that are just so important for your client to know. And as you guys know, once you learn this plan, it's a simple plan. However, if you're sitting on the other side of the table and hearing it from an agent for the first time or even the second time, you're like, oh my gosh, I am just being inundated with information. So remember to go over these items numerous times, all right? Please don't think that because you mentioned it once to your client that they now understand it. They don't. They're getting so much information all at once. So please go over it over and over again so that they understand just how great of a plan this is. Okay, let's break it down even more. So nursing home and or assisted living benefit. So let's read this. Once the one-time elimination period has been met under the policy, GTL will pay the daily maximum benefit amount for each day you are confined in a qualified nursing home or assisted living facility. Issue ages are 40 to 84, and so they can sign up for a daily benefit from $50 all the way up to $300 per day in $10 increments, and we are going to cover them for custodial care, intermediate care, and skilled care. All three of those cares in a nursing facility will be covered. Like Medicare does not cover custodial care. Most people don't understand that. They're like, oh, I've got that covered. No, you don't have custodial care covered. Okay, so you choose the benefit dollar amount that you want. Then you choose your elimination period. Two choices here. This is the number of days of covered care that must be met for the benefits to be payable. You choose 0. That means on day 1, your client is getting paid whatever dollar amount they chose above. 20 days means that, hey, they will be getting paid starting the 21st day. Obviously, there's a difference in cost there, and that's where you'll take a look at that. And then there's the benefit period options, all right? So you can choose 30, 45, 60, 90, 180, or 360 days of coverage. Lifetime maximum benefit equals 2 times the benefit period. And the reason why we came up with that is because the plan will restore once they have not needed it for 6 consecutive months. So if they signed up for 45 days and they collected on the plan for 45 days, then it quit paying, but they recuperated, and 6 months later, after they've recuperated and not needed any services, now another incident happens to them. They have a stroke and they go back into a facility. They've got another 45 days of coverage. So very, very important to let your client know that, hey, they can collect on this twice. All right, the home healthcare rider, again, I recommend going with our short-term home healthcare rider instead of this, our short-term home healthcare plan instead of the home healthcare rider. But just in case it's not available in your state, again, ages 40 to 84, and you choose the daily benefit amount that you're going to get paid $25, $50, or $75 per visit for a home healthcare professional to come into your home. Elimination period the same, 0 or 20, and then the benefit period options are limited 90 days or 180 days. Qualification benefits. So to qualify for benefits, you must satisfy your elimination period, which we all understand is either 0 or 20 days, and meet the requirements shown below, which are detailed in your policy. So benefits will be paid when you have been certified by a licensed healthcare practitioner as needing help due to the inability to perform at least 2 of your ADLs, activities of daily living, without human assistance or supervision, such as bathing, toileting, eating, dressing, continence, transferring. Or you have suffered a cognitive, which is brain, impairment and require substantial supervision. All right, that's all you need to be able to qualify. You do not have to have spent 3 days in the hospital like you do for Medicare. All right, custodial or intermediate nursing home means a facility that meets all of the following standards. All right, Custodial or intermediate nursing home is not a hospital or a clinic. It's not a home for the aged. It's not a facility that operates primarily for the treatment of drug or alcohol abuse, just to kind of give you a little more clarity on the plan. Skilled nursing home means a facility that meets all of the following standards, operated according to law, approved for payment of Medicare benefits, etc. A skilled nursing home is not a home or facility that's used primarily for rest. It's not a home or facility for the aged or for the care and treatment of drug or alcohol abuse. Assisted living facility, pretty much the same thing. It means a place providing care, room board, personal care, and supplies to persons in need of assistance because of a loss of functional capacity or cognitive impairment. Home, we understand what home means. That's your place of residence, okay? And this is for the home health care. And what that means in a nutshell is, somebody asked me the other day, with our home health care plan, hey, does that cover assisted living facility? No, it is a home health care plan. The services must be provided in your home. And it's the same thing with our home health care rider. Services must be provided in the home. Okay, so what can you expect when you go to the nursing home? So from Medicare, Medicare will pay for the first 20 days if you have been an inpatient in the hospital for at least 3 days. With Recover Cash benefits, we pay starting in day one if you choose the 0-day elimination. But most importantly, there is no required hospital stay. Whereas with Medicare, you have to have been in the hospital at least 3 days. So when you're in the nursing home, Medicare will pay as long as you are receiving skilled care on a daily basis as certified by your doctor. Medicare does not pay the largest part of long-term care services or personal care, such as help with bathing or supervision, often called custodial. Covered cash benefits are paid for all levels of care, skilled, intermediate, or custodial. That's big, you guys. Your benefit limits, Medicare will stop paying when you hit the maximum benefit of 100 days. As the Medicare covered skilled nursing facility days round up 12% of total patient days. You know what, I'm reading that and I'm not understanding quite what I'm reading. As the median 2000 Medicare coverage, skilled nursing made up 12% of total patient days. Recover Cash daily benefit amounts can be paid with plan choices up to 300 days, up to 300 actually, and 60 days, I believe is the number. So much better coverage with Recover Cash. Don't let somebody say, hey, I'm covered because I've got a Medicare Advantage plan. Well, yeah, you've got some coverage, but you're going to go broke if you're relying on that. This gives you an idea of how the compound interest rider works, and it's actually 5%, but this happens to be an old slide. So if they sign up for this dollar amount, say $100, okay, this is how it would pay, $100 flat out. But over time, if they have the compound interest rider built in, well, then their benefit amount would go up to, say, 180. So it gives them the ability to keep track of inflation, and really even in the past 10, 15 years, keep ahead of inflation. A little bit about the underwriting details. It's a short yes/no application, 24-month look back, unisex rates, tobacco and non-tobacco rates. We do an RX check on all applicants, and we do a personal history interview on anybody 75 or older. There is a height and weight chart, and these are the questions, and let's see how we're doing on time. You know what? There's 5 questions. I'm going to read these real fast for you because I know you can't see them very well on here. So here are the questions, yes, no. If any applicant answers yes to any questions 1, 2, or 3, A through H below, that applicant does not qualify for this coverage. Okay, number 1. Is the applicant currently eligible for Medicaid or on early Medicare due to disability, prior to age 65 or disabled? If the answer is yes, they do not qualify. So we need no answers in order to continue. Question number 2, in the past 10 years, has any applicant been treated or diagnosed by a medical professional as having acquired immune deficiency syndrome, AIDS, AIDS-related complex, or human immunodeficiency virus, HIV infection? If the answer is yes, they do not qualify. If it's no, we go on to the next question. In the past 24 months, has any applicant, and there's several parts to this, required the assistance or supervision of any kind to perform activities of daily living, such as, well, we know what the activities of daily living are, okay? Question B on this section, has any person been confined or advised to enter a rehabilitation facility, nursing facility, or assisted living facility, or received home health care services? All right. And again, if the answer is yes, they do not qualify. Save yourself the time. Has any person had a stroke, TIA, or congestive heart failure, heart valve surgery, or organ transplant other than cornea? D portion of it. Any person been diagnosed with or treated for insulin-dependent diabetes or diabetes with neuropathy or with eye or kidney complications? All right, if the answer is no, we continue. If it's yes, they do not qualify. Been diagnosed or treated for Alzheimer's disease, dementia, memory loss, Parkinson's disease, psychotic disorders, systemic lupus, multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy, cerebral palsy, ALS, which is the Lou Gehrig's disease, or had an amputation due to a disease. Right? If the answer yes, do not qualify. If the answer no, we continue. F, and there's 3 more of these. Been diagnosed or treated for chronic obstructive lung or pulmonary disease, chronic bronchitis or emphysema, respiratory disease requiring the use of oxygen, kidney failure, renal insufficiency, or kidney dialysis, or chronic liver disease. If the answer is yes, do not qualify. No, we continue. 2 more. Been diagnosed or treated for cancer other than skin cancer, leukemia, lymphoma, or malignant melanoma, or cancer that has spread from its original site, or alcohol or drug abuse, or crippling or rheumatoid arthritis. If it's yes, they do not qualify. If it's no, we go on. Last question on this section, then there's 2 more other questions. Any person been advised to have tests or medical treatment or surgery that has not been performed or for which results have not been given? All right, question number 4. In the past 12 months, has any applicant used any tobacco products? Now that one there is just to determine whether they get tobacco rates or not. And then number 5, has any applicant taken any prescription medications during the past 6 months? Yes, okay. And then give us a list of the medications. So pretty straightforward as far as qualifying, not complicated, but you do need to pay attention to everything that it says. Pre-existing conditions are those medical conditions disclosed or not disclosed on the application for which medical advice or treatment was recommended or received from a doctor within 6 months prior to the effective date of your coverage. Any loss due to a pre-existing condition is not covered unless the loss begins more than 6 months after the effective date of coverage. Here's something that I always like to cover, just because we're always having to set appointments with our clients. And the longer we've been in the business, sometimes the faster we go and we forget to do the little things. And so I always like to remind us, because you know what, we all know how to sell, we all know how to do everything. But the thing is, over time, hey, sometimes we atrophy, our sales muscles atrophy just a little bit. And so hey, it always helps to be gently reminded. And the part about the setting an appointment call, the 2 parts that are most important is the warm up and the warm down. All right. You call the client, hey, Bob, this is Michael, blah, 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 and then just chat with a while, get them talking. And then after you get your business done, hey, the reason why I'm calling is, I wanted to go over this. I've been reviewing my different clients, and one of the gaps that people have got is their long-term care insurance and nursing home. Now, this is not a long-term care plan, but this is a plan that I've got that is very reasonable and will cover you for up to 360 days if you choose that amount. And I'm recommending that all of my clients look at it. Choice to buy obviously is going to be yours, but it's so important. Everybody needs to be made aware of it. Does this sound like something you'd like me to share with you? Oh yeah, for sure. All right, then we set up the appointment. I don't know that I would do the qualifying at that point, but most importantly, before we hang up after we've got the appointment, we do the warm down, okay? In other words, hey Bob, what are you up to the rest of the day? It just gives that additional touch. You guys all know how to do it. You're great at it, I'm sure. But it's just so important to remember every contact that we have with a client, there should be a warm up and there should be a warm down on it. All right. So when your clients get a policy from us, they're going to get a kit in the US mail, physical kit, that's envelope, that's going to have their welcome to GTL, then it's going to have a summary of benefits, and then it's going to have their policy card, their number, and how if they ever want to get an actual full policy, they can go online to get it. We no longer send, the 20-page policy. It's just a waste of a whole bunch of paper, because we have found over the last 3 years since we started doing this, all clients care about is the summary of benefits anyways. All right, so with that, here's some information. Our agency sales support number is 800-323-6907. You can also reach them at agency@gtlic.com. Now, from our website, it's very easy to order brochures, watch training videos, etc., webinars. Here's my information. It is Michael Gendy, and my email address is m and then my last name, Gendy@gtlic.com. Direct line into the office, 847-460-4751. Cell phone number, 815-701-7034, 815-701-7034. I give you my cell phone number for this reason. Hey, if it's after business hours and you're with a client and you need to get a question answered that's going to make a difference of being able to get that sale or not, call me on my cell. I do not care what time it is, all right? If I'm available, I'll answer it. But if it's a question that can wait until the regular business hours, hey, then let's wait till regular business hours. Favorite quote of all time: everything you have ever wanted is sitting on the other side of fear, okay? Everything you have ever wanted is sitting on the other side of fear. I share that with everybody whenever I give a presentation, because sometimes we let fear control our lives. How I knew I should have asked for this additional sale, but man, I was getting scared that what if they're going to say no? Or hey, I know I should make 10 phone calls a day, or 5 phone calls, or 20, whatever is that number, but man, I just don't want that rejection. So that's fear stopping us. Fear holds us back from so many things in life. There's a saying that, hey, what would you do if you knew you would succeed? What would you try if you knew you would be successful at it? Because if you're not trying it, it's because you're afraid of it. So even as simple as an exercise program, a lot of times people won't exercise is because they go, well, they won't say it out loud, but they'll be like, well, what if I'm no good at it? What if I'm just too tired all the time? Hey, that's fear holding you back. Don't let fear hold you back from anything. With that, let's turn it over to Chris, see if there's any questions. Otherwise, he can take us to the promised land. Chris?
Thanks, Mike. I really appreciate it. You did a great job, and I'm feeling very inspired. I hope everybody else is too. Now, just looking at questions, it doesn't look like we have much in the way of questions. And that's okay. Sometimes questions come to me later too. So if anybody has any questions or need more information about the product, feel free to reach out to us here at GoldenCare at 1-800-842-7799. Ask to speak to somebody in the marketing department. We'd be more than happy to help. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for taking time out of your busy schedules. We appreciate it. We hope that you enjoyed our presentation. Again, if you have any questions about GTL's Recovery Cash or any product or service we offer here at GoldenCare, please feel free to reach out to us again at 1-800-842-7799, or you can also visit us at goldencareagent.com. Everybody have a great rest of your week and enjoy your weekend. Thank you.
Check out our website, goldencareagent.com, or give us a call at 800-842-7799.